Oh, hello, welcome back or welcome to, if you're here for the first time, Frankie off grid. We're in a rather soggy central Portugal, but you wouldn't know it right now because the sun has just come out beautifully for the last hour of the day. I put our solar panel out, it's mostly in the shade, but our batteries are really low, so trying to grab as much as we can, but I think we're going to have to put the generator on tonight, to be honest, to keep our fridge going. The challenges of winter, we need to get a few more solar panels, I think. But seeing as this glorious sunshine has come out of nowhere, it's honestly been like raining all day long for about 2 days now. I'm going to get in the garden because this top bit is very wild. It's beautiful but pretty wild, it needs some love, so there was another melon growing. These are the Egyptian walking onions, as you can see. So they grow like this and then they start growing little onions at the tip, and then as they get bigger that falls like this one until it hits the ground. They root here and then they start growing again like this. Such a cool plant. We find the bulbs don't really get that big to use like an onion, but as a spring onion, these greens are delicious, and they just keep growing. I just planted these maybe 18 months ago now, could be even longer actually. I just have to come in and get all these weeds out and leave them to it. And yeah, they're called walking because they'll just slowly move around the garden. Ever so helpful as well. The chickens are going to be happy with this. Yes, you see. Spin. Spin. No. 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 Sit. Sit. Spin. Sit. Sit. Spin. Spin. Ow! You punched me in the tummy. For me. I'm mean. I'm a mean dog. The way this oregano is growing. Looks like a rope. It's very cool. Another piece here.
Hello everybody, how's it going? Soggy day here today, very soggy in fact. So stuck in the house with the dogs whilst Carissa's doing some work. So I figured we would do some baking. One of those things that definitely miss from the UK is tea cakes. Not sure whether tea cakes are called anything else anywhere else in the world. Hot cross buns, also known as, but we're not going to make hot cross buns today. So fairly simple. 100 mils of milk. And 30 grams of butter. Some butter here. Now we need to melt the butter. 350 grams of a strong white bread flour. So we need 7 grams of yeast. What we need to be careful of here is not to put the yeast in contact with the salt. So what we will do is make a little hole here for the yeast to go into. 2 tablespoons of sugar, a teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of mixed spice. Now we need to add some water. In the meantime, we have our melted butter in our milk, and we need to bring this down to room temperature. You can see it's quite hot, so we're going to pour it into a mug. So we make a well in the middle here. Our mixture is still a bit hot, so we'll come back in a few minutes. Okay, so we're pretty much at room temperature. Still a little bit warm, but hopefully that doesn't matter. So pour this in. Customary spill everywhere. Once it's got to this kind of consistency, so like kind of flaky, that's best way to describe it. Then we want to make it sort of turn it into a dough with our hands, nicely washed, of course. So you need to do this for about 5 minutes. Ish. Basically until it's all smooth. Will do. Right. Right then. Clean bowl. Smooth dough. Not you dough. This dough. And we need to slightly oil this. So just going to use good old olive oil. And then pop this in here, and then we cover it with a damp dough. Don't be dough. So little damp tea towel, some water if we've got any, and leave it for about an hour and a half. You'll see. Right then, the big reveal. It's supposed to wait until it doubled in size. I left it an hour, which is. Okay, so we need to introduce the dried fruit into the dough. Okay, so we need to cut this into, I think, probably 6. Flatten them out a little bit more to make them a bit more tea cake shape. I'm not sure this baking tray is going to be big enough. Ta-da! Hopefully double in size again, so you probably want to leave quite a bit of space between them actually. I'm going to leave them there for 45 minutes.
Just a quick moment to tell you about the sponsor of today's video, which is the wonderful Squarespace. I've been taking advantage of these rainy days to work on my Calmline site, which I've been building with Squarespace, who, if you haven't heard of them before, are a brilliant all-in-one website building platform that empowers individuals to create an online presence through easily building a beautiful website. One of my favourite features to work with is their editing interface Fluid Engine, which makes it easy to make adjustments to each page. You can add video, text, audio and image blocks which you can just simply drag and drop to position everything to sit exactly how you like. You can choose from hundreds of their award-winning templates that will help you to achieve a beautiful and professional looking site even if you don't have any design skills. And as your confidence grows, you can then personalise each template to your taste, such as changing the font or the colour palette. Their commerce feature makes setting up an online shop a smooth process. Whether you're selling a product, a service, content you've created, or your time, it's quick and easy to get your shop up and running. You'll find a link to squarespace.com in the description below, which you can head to for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, you can save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain by going to squarespace.com/FrankieOffGrid.
They are hot. So I'm pretty sure that you can basically split everybody on the planet into people that can understand the instructions from a very well-known Swedish company and people who can't understand them. And I am very, very firmly on the side of people who can't understand them. And we've just got this these instructions. Like, what do? Do you start with 1? It doesn't even say. So you can enjoy me struggle to put this together for the next, well, we've got 2 hours until we need to leave, so we'll see. Wish me luck. Yeah. It's going to be a lot easier now that you're here. possibly the best instructions I've ever seen ever.
Screw it together.
Not even that. Can you hold up for me?
Can't get in that one, Albi.
I could try. That's not spin. If you want, maybe just bring the box down. Thanks. Yeah.
Is that the freshly charged battery?
Yeah.
I was going to say, sounds weak.
Probably does need a little sharp. So then I guess we'll just need to split these.
Nice.
I mean, might fit in. You never know. It's funny how you just go from like that to
Good morning, or it's more afternoon now, boa tarde. It's not raining, thank goodness, it's finally stopped. It just feels like it's been endless, and we went from sleeping with a fan on in the bedroom to we had the heater on last night. So I read a funny thing in Portuguese. So in Portuguese, the word for season is estação, which is the same word for station, so bus station is also an estação. And yeah, it's a bit of a joke that Castelo Branco há três estação, verão, inverno e comboio. I've probably said that really, really wrong, but yeah, basically there's summer, winter and train stations. So we're anyway going to Uncle Nick's and Andrea's today to see if they need a hand in return for all the help Nick gave us with the well last week, and I have some little seedlings for Andrea because I know the ants ate all of hers. finally stopped raining again and the sun has come out. It's not warm though. We've got about 2 hours of daylight left, so we're gonna try and get some bits done. We're not working on the well as much as we would love to be, but just in this rain it's not a great idea. I did ask Nick to try and explain why not to use mortar in the rain, so I'll let him explain.
Well, it's fairly obvious because the rain will wash all the mortar out of the joints and it'll make a mess everywhere and it will run down in your well and everything. Because it's, look, as you can see, if you're building with something this consistency, which is actually a bit too wet, but if this gets more rain and wetter, it'll just wash out between the joints, so you'll have no joint.
So, one thing we have been wanting to do is to extend the chickens' run now that we've got 6 more hens. So I just need to herd them in so they don't destroy my garden when we take down the fencing. I've got one here, she's coming. It's looking horrible out here after the rain, and this is why we want to extend it, because like there's no more life here. These are all the old vines that they've kind of attacked, so we're gonna open up here. We've got quite a few fence posts and it gives them lots more greenery and a bit more space, and I think we'll just slowly keep making it bigger and bigger. Get the vines off the fence. set them free.
Yeah.
Puppy chickens! Diogo, have you forgotten how to eat an egg? This is just one of those ongoing battles we have to keep fighting, is this mimosa. We cut this all back about 4 months ago. It's already grown back, so yeah, just something you have to keep on top of, because there's this huge mimosa forest here which isn't our land, so we can't clear them and they'll just keep sending the shoots. We do have one big mimosa tree left here next to the house that we are going to chop down. Yeah, you don't want to do it for too long because it hurts your back pulling up these roots.